Good morning, Bob Nuchow here, an Aptera reservation holder. Here's a model of my future Aptera, author of Drive the Sun and its 8-book solar power series, the Three Sisters 4 children's book prequel series to my first novel, CALINE. Book 1, Three Sisters, 2 Feet, 8 Paws. Book 2, 3 Wheels, 1 Aptera. Book 3, Tres HERMANAS UNIDAS. And Book 4, SANDIA Sisterhood Trail Enchantment. I'll be reading 3 pieces of prose, writing CALINE'S story, Solar Siblings, and the last piece after reading excerpt from my novel CALINE, Love and Sisterhood, prose written for and ending the CALINE novel. I hope you enjoy listening to me reading the CALINE excerpt, rushed to publish with too many errors, unfortunately, to give my aunt for her 100th birthday last summer. With my prose and any of my 26 self-published books available on Amazon if you decide to get one or more. Now here's my first piece called Writing CALINE's Story. Writing CALINE's story. A puma sat licking a sister coyote adopted by a human, sitting with them in a corner. Ginger, Gray, and CALINE were family, bonded together over years of loss with love. The surviving elders welcome a young Little Bit Shi to continue a journey on a path of sisterhood with their CALINE. An aging cougar and coyote see their time with CALINE approaching its end. Young cubs Shi and juvenile runt Little Bit carry on for them in CALINE's world. CALINE's story of survival, sisterhood, and hope is being written to share their journey. And here's my next piece called Solar Siblings. Solar Siblings. A road is ready for Aptera to find and drive with 3 sisters, their solar siblings, human, cougar, and coyote. A girl named CALINE rides with her adopted sisters, Ginger and Gray, together in a sisterhood under the sun. Charged, energized with a solar siblings' love, soaring in wingless flight with effortless efficiency, struggling, overcoming, surviving failures of a status quo, innovating as they travel to discover the right path to journey on. Solar siblings' hopes and dreams become realized for future generations. CALINE soars with Shi and Little Bit in Aptera now that Ginger and Gray are gone. Now here's the excerpt from my CALINE novel. Sorry about that. We pull off the paved road onto a dirt one my father took me on the first time to show me the trail where he proposed my mom and found Ginger. I went to the same trail, taking Ginger and Gray many times to escape darkness entering our lives in Placitas. I stopped where my father had parked his U.S. Forest Service truck and took me on my first visit to the trail. The 3 Apteras following me parked behind me as my door swung up for me to step onto ground I last touched with Ginger and Gray. I walked around to the back of the Aptera, knock knock, to the rear hatch to let Little Bit and Shi touch the same dirt Ginger and Gray had. Little Bit easily hopped out. Shi paused, still small, and then followed Little Bit, jumping down beside her, both sniffing the ground while staying close to me. I wait for Michelle, Gustavo, Pauline, Jessica, Sally, and Christine to walk over to me and George. Little Bit and Shi venture out a few more feet off to the side, checking out lizards and bugs scurrying in the fallen leaves and low-lying brush under the line of trees on the dirt road's edge. This is where my father took my mom to propose to her. He parked his U.S. Forest truck where my Aptera is to show me where he heard and found a little baby cub just off the trail up ahead. That was my first visit here. I took many more after the big sickness, taking Ginger and Gray to escape and leave problems behind in Placitas. I sigh, remembering waiting for my dad to take my mom to a doctor's appointment to sneak, drive, and take Ginger and Gray in her Aptera to walk the trail here. It is my first time driving what would become our Aptera. Come on, guys. I'll take you to where my father showed me he heard and found Ginger. I clapped for Little Bit's and Shi's attention and called them to walk with me. Let's go, girls. Come on, ladies. We're going to see where my dad found Ginger. They trot over, hearing me call and seeing everyone walking with me to the trail. It was beautiful out, especially with a canopy of trees reaching over the trail, shading us from a hot summer afternoon sun, keeping the air crisp and cool. Little Bit and Shi are now both in front of me, looking left and right, curious, excited, and being inundated with so many new sounds and smells along the trail. I recognized the spot where my father had stopped to show me where he first heard and went looking for the sounds of a small baby cougar's cub weak mewling somewhere off the trail. I slowed, stopped, and turned. This is the spot where my father first heard Ginger. Follow me. I'll show you where he found her to bring home and become my adopted sister. I walk off the trail, taking my friends to where my father took me on my first trip here. Little Bit and Shi both stopped sniffing in the underbrush, sensing something special, came close to follow, hearing and seeing me leading everyone off the trail. I pointed and simply said, "Here's the spot. This is where my father found Ginger." Little Bit and Shi went to the spot, sniffed, and both sat down on it. I started crying. George, Michelle, my soccer friends surrounded, gave, and embraced me with their love and a group hug for a few moments. George continued to hold me, then wiped away some of my tears. I found my voice sharing. The sisterhood of a human girl and her adopted cougar sister, her coyote sister, was forged on this trail with love. Their love will always be within me and continue with my memories of driving, riding with them here in our Aptera to walk away our troubles many times. I felt the warmth of Ginger and Gray's love blossom for Little Bit and Shi, my new love and sisterhood. I left the trail, my past, taking the memories with me to continue a journey started with a sisterhood of a human, cougar, and coyote. The spirit of that first sisterhood lives on in me, Little Bit and Shi, as we forge a second sisterhood for a life's future adventure yet to be. I'm back in my room alone. I was able to pull out my old journal once Michelle and George took Little Bit and Shi down for dinner. We got back from the SANDIA mountain trail about an hour ago. The trip wiped me out emotionally and physically. Past darkness I had fled to escape from and leave behind, placitas came back to haunt me. Michelle and George, and how the day took its toll on me. They offered to take my girls outside to dinner and bring back food for me when they returned. Relieved and grateful, I accepted, needing time for myself to decompress, unwind, breathe, rest, and be alone to write in my journal again. A poem was ready to write. It had started when I saw Little Bit and Shi sniff, then sit on the very spot my dad showed me where he found Ginger as a helpless little cub. I took my journal with a pen to my bed, sat, opened to a blank page, and wrote, "Love and Sisterhood. A bond is forged again and again, a journey for three with love and a sisterhood of a human, cougar, and coyote, beginning yet again on a mountain trail. Walked with Ginger and Gray, now Shi a little bit. I'll continue my journey of hope with love and sisterhood. With courage of a spirit imbued in survival, sisterhood, and hope, the light of my adopted sisters, Ginger and Gray, is bright and Shi in a little bit." And thanks for listening. I apologize for so many errors in the book. Unfortunately, I didn't have a second pair of eyes. I self-publish all my books by myself. We all need and can use the courage and share the light of CALINE'S struggle, survival, and hope in today's darkness. Keep hope alive. Take care until I read my next piece of prose. Thank you again, and I'll see you then.